All right. So another thing is, all right, this is another, I'm gonna say faceless one because I'm doing this as I'm thinking about this, right? Because I've been going back and forth. We're gonna be honest. Like I've been going back and forth with this one person, and I keep like we get along really well. We have a lot of fun together. We talk all the time. It's like we have such a good connection when it comes to like conversations and shit like that, right? Like it's easy. It's nothing that's like we gotta sit there and figure out like what we're gonna talk about next. All right, well, what do you think about certain sport? Like it's not. It just flows naturally. But there's some. There's definitely like two deal breaker things that are very very important. That point to say to telling me to say you gotta just break up and just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Stop getting back together and stop talking more. Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry, but stop talking more. And saying that you know maybe if we can just build on the good part, then the bad part is not gonna go away. Once you've established that there's something or some things about this person that you really care about and like a lot, otherwise, if they're deal breaker things, if those are things that are gonna compromise how you feel every single day about yourself and compromise the validity of yourself that you should have. Like, you need to just break it off and keep it moving. There's no need to negotiate anything with anybody. A person keep trying to tell you who they are, listen to them, believe them. You understand what I'm saying? Because people will show you, all right? If they don't want to do the things that you need them to do, and it's not that they're a bad person. It's not that they don't mean they're a bad person. It just means that's not the person for you. You're not the person for them. You know what I'm saying? Just sometimes we just gotta walk away, like literally, and just realize, like, because we're here to learn lessons. Like, there's a lot of lessons that we have to learn in this life. We're here, just in my belief, to do specific things and also to be able to enjoy life. If anything comes into your life or anyone comes into your life and compromises those things or compromises what you're here to do, like or causes you to lose yourself, like just walk away from that. Just break it off. It hurts sometimes depending upon who that person is or uh, how sometimes how much time that they've been in your life is the thing. Sometimes the time doesn't have anything to do with it, but it's just like you feel otherwise that everything's gonna be okay and you don't wanna wait and you don't wanna keep looking and you probably won't find somebody that no, it's not about none of that. Person makes you feel like you gotta question like if you're gonna be happy, if you're gonna be okay moving forward, like or you start to think about things that I don't know if I can. As soon as you start feeling like that, it's time to just walk away. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise, because you're not gonna be happy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not these things are things that we should be looking at ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Like before we even get into a relationship with a person, before we decide that. But just like me, you know what I'm saying? You might be the type of person that like you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. You keep going. Like this particular person, there were so many things that are like, fuck, you can't believe that these deal breaker things are an issue, but they are, man. And I can't just, I'm not gonna, there are things that I can't live with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna tell you one of them real quick is this dude has not allowed me to, like, I don't have my friends list private. I mean, that's your personal business, you know what I mean? But if I'm your woman and you have access to all of mine, like I can't have access to all of yours, that doesn't make sense to me. And she's all, well, in time, I'm good. No, in time, no. Hell no. We got to take care of those things now because later on in everything, like I'm going to start festering this, these feelings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything else might be cool and fun and nice and everything, but those core things that make you question how they feel about you, how loyal they are to you, how much it's only about you and them in their mind. Like you gotta walk away from that shit if it because it's gonna mess with you early on. It's gonna mess with you in the middle of the relationship. It's gonna mess with you to make you question should you stay with it. Like it's always gonna get worse. And the longer it goes, that person is gonna be able to say, well, we it's been a year now and we haven't had any issues. Like to try to convince, like, in meanwhile, you're losing more and more of your own self. Just break away, walk away, get away from that shit in the very beginning. As soon as you start to feel that, because it's hard, man. I know it is because I'm like literally going through that, like right now. But I can't keep. I just don't. I don't want to. I want to find somebody that's on point with those specific things. It's not going to be every single thing. There's going to be something or some things that you're not going to see 100% eye to eye on. But those are things that are okay though. You know what I mean? Like, no matter if you want to eat low fat food diet and you don't care about, like, those things you can get through. But when it comes to things like, I'm not going to even say I'm sorry, but social media is one of those things that it really can have a profound impact on how you view the other person. You know what I'm saying? You look at their habits. Say one of the first things that we do, and people that want to say, "Oh, we don't do it. We don't." That's looking too much. No, it's not, because the world isn't the same as it was when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s. Now, this is how you get to see what people are doing. Back in the days, you used to be able to see what kind of crew they hanging out with, what kind of, you know what I mean, like what kids was downtown. You could see that, but now we don't do that. We go through social media and it shows you all the people you connect to. And some things you look at, you're like, wait a moment, hold on. Like all these people that you're following and liking pictures, they're all like nudity or some sort of like, and I'm supposed to be okay with that shit? No, like don't try to tell me I'm supposed to be okay. Like no, turn a new leaf. Like have a whole different version of what you aspire to and how you represent yourself. Like if you have grown out of that mindset, maybe you made your Facebook account when you was 20, 25, and you were into like, being playing in people's faces, like, but you're later on down the road in life and you're trying to like be involved in a relationship that's serious. The person is not want to engage with you because he's following 5,000 women and they're all with, you know what I mean? Like, no, change that shit. Just, that's what I'm saying. Like, anyway, to that, it's just the beginning of a conversation that could go on for a lengthier period of time, but it shouldn't have to. And when you start to question yourself about that, like I was, like, damn, maybe I can just, ignore it. Like, I'm not fucking ignoring it because it's gonna bother me, and I have the right to feel the way I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fucking settle for it and say, oh, okay, well, I don't want to be able to do that following one, but since he started following them 2 months ago or 5 months before we met or a year before, it's irrelevant. No, it's not fucking irrelevant. They're still looking at it. They still have access to it. They're still connected to it. And then that connects you to it. Like and you're not happy about that. Like if they care about you more, want to be with you more, there's gonna be no type of argument required. It's gonna be cut and dry. Oh, okay, let me fix that. Sometimes people, not just dudes or women, you know what I mean? But sometimes the person will be like, oh, okay, well, you know what? If you want to go in my account, here's my password. You take care of all those things, you know what I mean? Or I can do it for you know what I mean? Like they're that open to it because they want you to know that they care about you and the way that they viewed other women or other men in the past before you. Like that was something that they're steering clear of now because now they decide to live their lives in a much more meaningful way and they want to be connected with their partner and they want to show their partner that listen, that was my old way of thinking. You don't just say that because those things are still there. They're still in your face. They're still actively like you still have energy that went out to those individuals and that shit is still there. You need to fix that. Break those ties. That means you unheart and unfollow and unlike and leave those people, get those people off of your profile like that. It's cut and dry. Like, doesn't make any sense. Anyway, for me, I'm walking away. I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna be gaslighted into just not being happy because you want to try to say some crazy shit like, "Oh, that was 5 months ago, and we weren't talking." Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Get rid of it. If you're serious about me, you know what I mean? Like, we're at the stage where we're talking about living together and building a life together, and you're still not. No, if we're at that stage in conversation and interacting with each other, that we're deciding that we're going to build a life together and live together and have a committed relationship together, those things that I'm asking you to do should not seem or feel offensive or abnormal to you. They should feel like you got a woman or a man that wants to be involved with you on a deeper level, and they want to make sure that you both have a clear vision as to how you conduct yourselves while you're in the relationship with each other, which is expected to last and grow into marriage. There's no reason why you would tell that person that their desire for you to fix the type of social media accounts you have in that regard. That should feel like you understand that the person is serious about you and they want to make sure that the feelings are mutual. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. If you engage with a person and they're not willing to do that, that's a red flag because that tells you that they're still stuck on that. It doesn't matter the reasons. You don't need to stay and pick that apart. Oh, how come you don't want to get rid of them? I mean, if they don't mean anything to, like, if you got to do all that, it's time to walk away. Like, break up. Because a person is not going to make you, I mean, unless you are the type of person that wants to look stupid. Because we, like, I don't know, the conversation got to the point where he questioned me about, well, so how did you see those pictures that I clicked on? Like, which pictures? What the, are you, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much. Why does it matter which picture? Why does it matter what pictures I clicked on to be able to see where the ones that you put a heart under? Like, that's too much, dude. If you can't just say, you know what, we're in a relationship, let's adjust our social media accordingly. Like, how we conduct ourselves is how our profile should reflect. You understand what I'm saying? And if, because that's a part of your, in 2024, that's definitely a part, way before then. But I'm just saying right now, like, that's definitely the way that a majority of us interact. Some of us don't interact with social media at all. Some of us do, but that, for the most part, that's how people communicate and network with other individuals. You understand what I'm saying? So that's something that you have to, and you shouldn't be ashamed to have a dialogue about with somebody. Like, that should be one of the very first topics you discuss, because those people are closely knit to you to an extent that they're on your Facebook following or Instagram. I mean, that's something you should definitely be able to look at and have a conversation about. But if a person is extremely resistant to it, like, oh yeah, but, and there's like massive amounts of the opposite gender, or even if it's the same gender, it doesn't matter. Whatever your preference is, whatever the preference should be, right? According to them, not you or me. But anyway, whatever, if they're engaged in it, entangled in it, and it's not something that you, it doesn't even have to be about sex. Even if it's about like things that you don't say, that they like to practice witchcraft or something like that, and you definitely are against it. You guys get along any other way, but you notice that they're following on. You might be like, yo, hold the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? You don't know where that's going. You should be able to have a dialogue about that. Yo, are you actively involved in that? I mean, it's not to be that it's dark, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have the right to walk away. And if you start feeling like, oh, well, damn, I guess maybe if I want to be with her or be with him, I guess I should just let him just keep engaging in it, like, or just keep it there. I guess I can overlook. No, you don't have to do that. You're not gonna be happy, so just break it off. Anyway, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Um, I don't know why I don't look at the top. Well, you know what? You watched, and I don't know why you pulled up in your thing, but I don't know why it's popped up on you guys' thing, but you don't have to watch it. I don't even know who you are. Yeah, I'm definitely rambling. That's what I do on this channel sometimes. So you don't have to be here. But yeah, that's one of the topics that I want to talk about, like what it means when you are feeling like there's too many feelings of I'm not sure about this. Just walk away. If you can't say hell yes, then it's time to walk away. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's for you.